Alright guys, and welcome to part 11 of the Orion Prime walkthrough on the AMSTRAD CPC. And we are going to be using the robot here. And first of all, we do need to actually get it working. If we do a status report from the computer, that is used to fix the robot. Number 3 there, software test failed, no firmware is currently available for the robot under repair. For the mechanical test, okay, because we found the demodulator in the hydraulic systems level and the final room, and we've already placed it in the robot and on earlier parts of this walkthrough. Now the problem with, let's just use that again. The software test failed. We need to upload the firmware by pressing number 2 there, but it requires a robot ID. Get back, and if we do the list of robot IDs there, we can see on the far right column there's state under repair. That is the one we're working on, and there's an ID number, but that 33DD6451 is incorrect. And if we just get out of here and go to our PDA, I think one of the earliest logs was this. Code for robot, sorry. Yeah, let's read this out. Hey Stephen, this won't be the new guy who hasn't been entering the IDs of the robots. The docking station doesn't recognise the latest addition to our fleets. Apparently, a fleet of robots, sorry. Apparently the ID is wrong, and what is this new standardisation? The last 4 digits correspond to the number of the manufacturer, right? So that is the problem why we can't upload the firmware, because the ID is wrong. But we picked up this log by, I think, hacking into a locker on the crew level in the dormitory. Code for robot. Michael, regarding the bad code, it's not his fault. The manufacturer, Kamiyoshi 815. That is the number we're looking for, because the last 4 digits correspond to the manufacturer. So we know that the last digits there are 815. Okay, so let's pop out of that. This is a little puzzle, of course, we have to solve in the game. Go to the list of robot IDs. So the one we're looking at, yeah, under repair one, the 5th one down. 33DD6451 is apparently the number. Well, we know the last 3 digits should be 815. Okay, so that should make it 33DD6815, but that is not right. Look in the middle column there, right? Type, it says CD-5. Something, but if we look at the ID number, something is not right there. If we look at the list of ID numbers, look at the 3rd and 4th number or letter there. Like the top one there is AA, and then look across the right to the type column and you see AA. Yes, so you get AA4, AA4. Next one down, AC4, AC4, and so forth. Ours is the odd one out there because ours has DD6, but the type there is CD5. So guys, we know the number we know the number to use now. The code to use now will be 33CD5. And then the 815 for the last 3 digits of the manufacturer that we got from the logs, from that log. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Those of you who've never played Orion Prime, this is probably quite boring. So we'll move on. For those of you who've been stuck, will now know what to do. So we know that, so the ID is 33CD5 for the type, and then 815 for the manufacturer. ID confirmed, connection opened, transmitting, firmware uploaded. And if you do status report, software test okay, the upload firmware functions correctly with the robot under repair. Mechanical test okay, as we already know. And feat number 4 for servicing okay, the robot is now released and can be controlled remotely. Brilliant, and we can now use the remote control in our inventory to use the robot. He's actually disappeared there. Where's he gone? Where's he bagging off to? Naughty robot. Anyway, right. Let's use the service goods lift here. And let's go up to the dangerous level 6, full of nasty radiation. We're going to position ourselves here in this room when we get out the lift, when it loads. Right, yeah, we're in a decontamination shower room and we're safe here. But as soon as we go out that door, there's nasty radiation that will kill us within seconds. So, if you remember on the last part, guys, we went to the command centre, we used the artillery computer, selected a target for the missiles, which are stored on this level, selected the target over the asteroid field and tried to launch them, but they failed and they required a manual launch. And the missiles are the cause of the increased radiation on this level, because the shielding around the missiles isn't perfect, I believe, or something like that. So we've got a robot that can do this horrible task for us, so let's take control of the robot. So using the remote control there, robot detected, press R to take control of the robot. So let's press R. Okay, so we're in control of the robot, and obviously his view is rather fuzzy. But we're going to join, he's going to join us, but we're going to take him up in the lift. So he's up to level 6. Okay, essentially now he's in the same room as me, but he can go safely through here. Okay, yeah, you can't do much else in here though. You can examine the corpses though. This is the corpse that we nicked the flashbang grenades from rather quickly on an earlier part, so we can defeat the monster in the garden. We can actually examine it now. Another beautiful woman whose body has been beaten almost beyond recognition. Life is really so unfair. Is there another door here? Right, that's the main lift. We've got a sign here. Radioactive materials. There you go. All you need to know, definitely. But we will come to this room on the left in a short bit. But for now, we're going to go in here. This is the missile room. The damage is extensive and an explosion has cracked the window that separates the room containing the nuclear warheads from this one, reducing its effectiveness at blocking heat and radiation. It should be possible to launch them from here if you feel like doing so. Oh, that's the cause of radiation on this level. You see, the missiles are behind that window on the left, and the window is cracked, and the radiation is coming from those missiles and leaking into the whole area. So we need to get these missiles launched. Right. Okay, right. So what have we got here? We've got a computer here. This computer is too specialised to be really useful, but you learn that the levers activate the launch of the missiles. You also learn that their condition is critical. You cannot be assured that both the missile compartment and the metal shielding on the missiles offer adequate protection from heat and radiation. And we've got some levers here. What else have we got? We've got a window here. A window that separates the missile room and the compartment where the missiles are stored. However, it is cracked. Suffice it to say that it no longer offers much protection. I've already said that this vessel is definitely a dangerous place to explore. So, I mean, we've got to progress in this level. For example, beyond this door. The door refuses to open, however the opening mechanism is not damaged. It would seem that a security system is active, probably due to the malfunction of the reactor. And we've got to do lots of stuff in this level without being killed by radiation. So the clue here is, of course, the cracked window, the missiles. That's the cause of the radiation on this level primarily. Let's get rid of the radiation, get rid of the missiles. Some corpses here. Some unnamed male corpses. They are not carrying any objects of interest, so the death will have been completely in vain. Thanks, guys. I think that'll be the same one. Yeah. So we've got some levers here. Ugh. And the only option is to use them. Yeah. Right. We'll use the lever on the left to try and launch these missiles. The missile takes off in a blast loud enough to wake the dead and flies away from the vessel. As you can see from the control screens, several minutes pass and the signal disappears. The missile has hit its target and explodes with the energy of 50 Hiroshima-sized atomic bombs. But you neither see nor hear it. In space, no one can hear you scream. So we've got a lever down. If you try and use it again, the missile's already been fired into empty space and disintegrated. You've already caused enough damage this way, don't you think? Yes, quite. Let's try the next lever. We get the same message. And let's go for the next lever. It is impossible to move the lever. It is well and truly stuck. Oh dear. Well, let's go for the next lever. And we get the same message as last time. And the missile is launched. Now look, there you go. The missiles that were beyond the window have gone now. That's a nice little neat trick. But we need to launch up one more missile. Well, there's no choice, guys, but for us to get that lever unstuck. And that means rushing into this room and doing it very quickly. So we're going to relinquish control of the robot. Session active. Press R to terminate the session, and control will be back in control of our character here. And what I recommend here, guys, is to save the game, take a save point or whatever before doing this. You have to be really quick. In fact, one thing I haven't shown you guys is that you can save this game at any point within the game on the disc, and you don't need to use the save states on your emulator. Just press the S key to save. Save the current game. Let's save it to that slot there, and the game is saved, and you just press L to load it up again. There we go, and you get a nice little sort of screenshot of where you are on the left there. And there you go, guys. We've played this now for 4 hours, 10 minutes and 38 seconds. Blimey. Right, we've saved the game. Let's crack on. We have to be really quick here. And what we're going to be doing is, obviously, in our inventory, we've got one very useful item here, which is the crowbar. And that's pretty much the only item I think we can use here. Possibly maybe the screwdriver. We've got a cable here. But I'm going to tell you now, it's the crowbar. Right, off we go. Now with the 3 missiles launched, it's reduced the radiation just enough for us to survive for a short amount of time. God, you can see the my crosshairs flashing. Use the crowbar. You raise the crowbar in a corner of the lever and push it with all the strength you can muster. The lever emits defeat and is now unstuck. Let's get the hell out of there. Look at the crosshair flashing. Danger. And we're back in the decontamination shower, and our crosshair is fine there. It's very clever they've used the crosshair there to indicate levels of radiation. Anyway, let's take control back of the robot. We should still be in that room. Brilliant. That's really good that the game actually remembers that and stores that in its memory, and doesn't make you have to take the robot from level 2 from the warehouse back up here again. So let's use that last lever. We get the same message again. Yeah, yeah. Sorry for telling you the same joke 4 times, but I wanted to test the comic effect of repetition. I believe that it didn't work. Oh well, let's move on. Great. Right, so, yeah, that's the missile launched, and the radiation should be now just about safe enough to survive in for a while. And what we're going to do now here is another big sort of puzzle task in the game. Let's see if we can get this done in this part. Right, and I tell you what, after doing this section, we're very close to the end of the game. Right, this room is the entrance to the liquid transportation system, a network of pipes used for transporting certain liquids around the vessel, probably for cooling. Right, right, can this robot do anything here? The robot is not sufficiently maneuverable and its visibility is too poor for it to be able to use the computer. Try to use it yourself instead. I know, it's easier said than done. We've got a door here we can go through. There's a door here, but the door is locked. As you can see, there's a red light above the door, a green light above this door for the robot to go into, and there's a red light above this door. We've got a computer here, but the robot can't use it, and we've got some blood on the floor. What's so amazing about this? It's just a pool of blood left behind by its owner, and I can assure you that there are many others like it in this game. Don't waste your time with it. Okay, well, let's send the robot through this door, and then we're going to join it. And now we're into this sort of area here. Okay, and we've got the door is locked there. Can we go for this door? The door is locked. We've got a map and we've got a lever here. Now, I think we will rejoin the robot and have a look at the computers, and I'll explain what is going to happen in this session here. So, there we go, back in control of ourselves. And we can now look around this area. As you can see, guys, our crosshair is no longer flashing, which is really good. Actually, before I just do this room, we'll just go back in here and see if we can go through this door. The door refuses to open. However, the door opening method is not damaged. It was seen that the security system is active, probably due to the malfunction of the reactor. Oh yes, we did already try that. My apologies. Yeah. Okay. So something is locking us out from that room. Right. Well, let's use this. Let's have a look at this computer and let's use it. Among the various useless information stored on this computer, you stumble upon the last entry of the Chief Hydraulic Systems Scientist. The date and the time there. The people are mad. I have carried out a review of the hydraulic circuits in the liquid transportation system after I became aware of a deficiency in the freon flow rate, and I've realised that certain doors are blocked and half the network has become inaccessible. Interrogating the computer, I realised that the maintenance guy has linked the system for opening the doors with that of the pipes. This means that opening a valve between two sectors of the network is also going to open the door that links them. Well now, I wonder how the reactor is going to withstand the deficiency, but also how I am going to gain access to the control computer in the liquid transportation system. Who knows what other damage has been caused by his meddling. I'm furious. I went off to see the technician and explain the seriousness of the problem to him, but then I realised that he no longer listens to anything I tell him. I raised my voice and he approached me in a threatening manner. His lips were bleeding profusely. I expected him to hit me, but instead he laughed hysterically, leapt out the room and ran away yelling incomprehensibly. I'm really scared. This station is falling into ruin. The frequency of technical problems is multiplying. People on my team are disappearing, and Dr. Fraulinger has admitted to having patients who are victims of a very strange illness. I will have to speak to the commander. The threat is serious. Oh dear. And there's another computer over here. You will not be able to obtain anything at all from this console. The information that is stored in it is much too technical for you to comprehend. Okay, so basically the goal of this thing is to get through here, these rooms, to the end room right at the very back, and use the computer there. Now, right, I think we need to take control back of the robot here, and we'll try and do the quickest route through here. So back and control the robot, and he's in that first room. Let's have a look at the map there. Okay, there you go. Connections between sectors of network, and you can see there that's the door he's entered in the room the robot is currently in. And yeah, let's move him forward. Let's see if we can get through the door. The door is locked, but if we use this lever, watch what happens. It shows you what door's been opened. So let's move the robot through there. Now he's in another room. And this is the... oh, we've got 2 levers here. Right, well let's use... let's use both the levers, see what happens. So let's open that. And let's use this lever. Oh, and that's locked the initial door behind me, but opened up another one. Okay, well I'll tell you what, let's take control of me. And what happens in this session, guys, we're going to flip-flop back between the robot and myself as we try and progress in this through it. So you just switch between the two to work your way through the maze essentially. So we've got a door there that we can't get through. Alright, whereabouts are we now? I'm gonna have to alright, let's use this lever then. Cool. And I can now go through this door here. Oh, right. And look at the map. So we're stuck there. So let's use the lever. Oh, okay. So, right, let's check. I think we need to take control back of the robot. It's not easy doing a quick way of getting through this. So let's let the robot go through. And he's stuck there. So let's use this lever. Cool. And that's open the door on the left for me. And I'm back in control of me. Let's go through there. And what do we have opened? I'll put that down there. So, right. Okay, so right, the robot needs to go back a room and pull the right hand lever, I believe. So let's move him back and hit this lever here. No, hang on, what did that switch? No. Let's think about this. Oh god, this is a right nightmare to get through. So we need to get us forward. What opens that door? I need to go back a level. I need to go down one as the human. Oh, this is complicated. So yeah, I am now here. but I believe this lever opens that, and the robot should be able to reopen this door for me using the right hand lever here. No, or not. God. No, it's the left hand lever. There you go. Right, now I can start rocking and rolling. So I can go up here, and I can go right here, and I can go up here. Now where am I stuck? Right. I need to be going left and then up. So I need to find which opens that left-hand door. Now, if I remember from my notes, again, it should be the left-hand lever here. Let's have a look. There we are. Brilliant. Right, that took a little bit of time there. Sorry, guys, if that wasn't particularly exciting to watch. Yeah, through there now. And then we've got to get out of here. But there's a computer to use here. Use it and use an object on it. Anyway, the results of your search leaves you somewhat perplexed. Meals for the week 24, 25, 28. Monday, tabula. I don't know what that is. Chicken and chips. Tuesday, preserved lemons, Martian hatchies. Wednesday, tuna salad, curry, Cameron. How strange, but we can use an object on it. So let's hack the shit out of it. And this might be a really nasty one to do. Shit. No. Oh, that's quite an easy one. Excellent. System hacked successfully. What a mess. The files seem to have been corrupted, and what little information is available is sparse. By cross-checking, you manage to draw up a list of codes and various notes, but you will need to think a little bit about which of them will be really useful to you. You copy the results to a log so that you can consult them at your leisure later on. And here's the list of information received. Wow. Chief Hydraulic Scientist, M flight deficiency in free, blah blah. Right. Here's an interesting one there, about a few lines down, about halfway down. Security code for door locking mechanism. 44832. Right. I think that's the only bit of useful information there. Remember that door is locked where in the room when the missiles were launched. And we should have saved that in our PDA. Let's just double check that. Yeah, results of hack on level 6. Security code for door locking mechanism. 44832. That is very useful. That is the only useful thing there. So let's get the heck out of here. Right, and if I remember correctly, we're gonna go here. Oh, we can get it straight out. Fantastic. You know what? And I think we've done with the computer. Right. So we got a code for this door, and if you remember, guys, there is a security system. Oh, we can now use this lift as well, because radiation levels are safe. We can now use a computer on level 1, which is a security systems computer, which should be able to open that top door. And while we're here, we'll have a little check up on our vessel, because we should have got it repaired. So we're going to go through. We're going to use that room in a minute, but let's just check on our vessel quick, and then we'll probably end the part shortly. Current status report, energy report. Energy reserves are at a maximum level. Fantastic. We've got fuel and energy. Damage report. The hull and heat shields are currently being repaired, but we've got memory reports. We've still got the intergalactic map to find. Right. So all good. All is going well. and let's use this computer in the security section here. Computer use, and the code we got from that computer hack that's in our log now, 44832. The command is accepted, but there are no clues to suggest that it has worked, and the computer does not emit any sound. I assume that you have not typed the code at random and must therefore suspect what is going on. Groovy. Yes, we know what's going on. And let's get back to the lift. Oops, I selected number 5 by mistake. Right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave things here, and yeah, do you know what, guys? I reckon the next part might actually, quite possibly, could be the final part of this long play and walkthrough. And there we go. Right, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next part. Take care. See you soon. Goodbye. Bye.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.